Put my chick inside some Louis and some Valentino. Put my bro inside some Gucci and some Moschino. They want my money like it's a casino.
Hey man, say man, it's your boy Drippy Brown and I'm back in another video. Hey, game man. I said, hey, game man. And today's video, man, you already know we lit with it, man. Today's video we got an interview. You already know the interview go crazy on my channel, right? Hey, we got the one and only, the young entrepreneur, the young money-making teacher and that. Hey, give it up for Poku Banks, man.
Hey, come on, man.
Tell us about yourself.
Hey, it's good to be here. Literally, I just wanted to do the interview to make sure we can address certain things, talk about, just explain more, because I feel like a lot of people can't understand my content sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes people be getting a lot of things wrong, especially on TikTok, and a lot of people on TikTok go crazy with their content, like they just be saying anything.
Literally, but for those that don't know, you know, I'm Poku Banks. I'm an entrepreneur, a content creator, a financial trader who trades in currency markets. And again, I go to university as well, so.
Which uni do you go to, if you don't mind me saying?
Yeah, Uni of Nottingham.
Alright, cool. So how you been finding that life?
University, to be fair, what I tell people, right, I'm a part-time uni student, full-time entrepreneur, okay?
Full-time.
Entrepreneur, this stuff comes first. The uni stuff,
It's in you, right?
for sure. Like, it comes first, but then the uni stuff, I do it on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? I do it on my spare time.
How are you telling me you do the uni on the weekend?
Bro, I do uni on the weekends. Like, when it comes to that stuff, like...
So if you don't mind me asking, like, what do you do in the weekdays then?
In the weekdays, either I'm trading or I'm creating content for you guys, or you know, thinking of other business ideas. Literally just
something like as an entrepreneur will do, right?
Literally just living my life essentially.
That's great. So what would you rather do the most, to trading or YouTube?
What would I rather do the most?
Yeah, which one do you enjoy doing the most? Like,
believe it or not, I enjoy trading more for the time being, just because I can make more money doing so. But YouTube is also fun. I like them both equally because I like to be able to share my experience, share people what I'm doing, and I like creating content, you know.
Of course. I love the best thing you can do for the other people, right?
Seriously.
As an entrepreneur, you're trying to create something for people, right? Creating jobs like Jeff Bezos, whatever. And take me to where you was young, like when you was young, like how was you like when you was young?
When I was younger,
it was like 6, 7, 8. What was you doing like?
When I was younger, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this actually, but I was actually into, you know, playing games and creating games. That's what I wanted to do when I was younger. So I wanted to create and develop games. That was my dream back then. But unfortunately, you know, believe it or not, I just failed. I couldn't actually code.
What changed? Like, how come you...
No, as in, like, I found coding, to be fair, I only know one language, which is English. So even coding, learning another language was just, well, a coding language was very hard for me, and I just gave up with it. I just gave up with that dream, because obviously to be able to develop games, you need to be able to code. But nowadays, you can pay people to do that. I didn't know that back then. But
get freelancers.
Yeah, literally, you can just give the vision and get someone else to do it. But at the time, I just saw it as like, cool, if I can't code, then the dream's over. And I just gave up with that, and I moved on.
But yeah, like, because you said you were doing coding, right? Let's say I was one of your friends in high school or something.
Yeah.
Do you think I'll bet on you being the person you are right now? Like,
Nah. I wouldn't. Everyone from primary school, they're surprised.
Yeah, surprised.
Yeah, none of them foresaw this. Maybe secondary school, we can get into that, but primary school, nah, no one in primary school foresaw what was to come for Poku Banks. Like, nah.
Why was that? Like, what was you on? Like, tell me in one word, like, because you know in high school or primary school, there's like few kids that they got reputations, right? One of them is going for girls, one of them is a bully,
I was just known as a fast...
What was your reputation?
I was just known as the fast guy. Someone that was fast at running. Just a runner. The black guy. There's barely any black people in my school, so the black guy, the fast guy, like, yeah, that's what I was known for. Just a PE guy. I love PE.
Oh, you do PE the most.
Yeah, that's what I was saying back in primary school, but secondary school things changed.
Right. So, like, you know you're an entrepreneur, right? So when did you realize, like, damn, I should be an entrepreneur? Like, what clicked in your head to be like, okay, I should do this?
There was a few moments. To begin with, number one, my first ever like entrepreneurial business was selling sweets in school. That was in secondary school.
Everyone did that. Come on, bro.
That's the way.
That's the way, bro. I did as well.
Literally, that's how I...
Cookies,
cookies, bro, Kit Kats, everything. But anyways, that was one of the first businesses, and the reason I started that is because, believe it or not, Okay, back in the day, I wanted a BlackBerry. Back then it was popping.
BlackBerry,
Yeah.
I never had one, you know.
Oh yeah, I got one eventually, but I wanted one and I asked my parents, can I get a BlackBerry? And they said no, like they wouldn't buy it for me. They were just being stingy. I was like, okay. But I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna let that stop me. I need to like make money to buy one. So I decided to start selling some cookies and some sweets to make some money. And then
making profit like in school and that.
Yeah.
Did your school let you?
They didn't let me.
My school's very strict.
Yeah, they didn't let me, but I was doing it under the covers. Literally, I even had people selling for me. I got caught a few times, but I got my way out around it. But I had to be very, very diligent. I felt like I was trapping, literally.
It's crazy, like, because you had to do it on the
low
corner and that.
Yeah.
When the teacher comes,
Bro, even when coming to school, right, they knew I was selling, so they used to check my bag. So I'll swap bags with someone.
One of the good kids.
Yeah, let them walk through the gate so then I can get through. That's literally it was crazy. But anyways, with that, I made enough profit to buy the BlackBerry, and from then on, I kind of realized, wait a minute, if I can hustle to buy myself my own BlackBerry, I can do whatever I want with life.
Right.
So
what's your next step?
from there onwards, I started getting into buying and reselling. So buying things for low, selling it for high. So this could be trainers, it could be clothes. If you go to charity stores, a lot of people give away like the old goods, but they don't know how much it's really worth.
Like the Google Boss,
like the old Burberry shirts, like you buy it for cheap, sell it for high. So yeah, I got into that as well. But the next point that made me feel like, or what's got me into entrepreneurship even more.
Sorry to stop you. How old was you back then? Like, how old was you?
Which stage?
At the selling sweets. I started selling shoes and
cool. So
reselling.
Cool. So selling sweets, I started in year 8. If you don't know, that's 13 years old roughly. Year 12.
13, 12.
Yeah. And then I did it all the way till year 11. So until I was 15, 16. Around year 10, I started getting into selling sweets and, not selling sweets, buying and reselling shoes and whatnot, year 11, year 10. And also at year 10, I even got into trading as well, but I wasn't profitable back then. Yeah, year 10, 15 years old, yeah.
Who was you watching? Who inspired you to do all this? Because there must be one of the guy in the mirror that you look at and be like, I want to be like you. Like.
Nah, it wasn't an American guy. It was actually an English guy, and he's a scammer. His name was Elijah Oyefezo. Now
He's
he's
still alive. So
yeah, he's still alive. He's still living well. I think he went to prison for some bullshit.
What was he doing? Like, what sort of thing was you doing?
Why he got me involved? So essentially, I was on Twitter one day, and I just saw this guy with a Rolls Royce and a golden Lamborghini. I'm thinking,
see them online gurus.
Yeah.
Be rich in 30 seconds.
Yeah, one of those guys, and he was selling signals for binary options. So essentially, with the signals, right, they were very, very bad. But I joined the service anyway because I thought they were good because he has a Lamborghini, so it makes sense. He scammed me, bad signals. I deposited.
He scammed you?
Yeah, he scammed me. Yeah. So it scammed me in the sense he sold me a bad service. Right. So I deposited £300 of my own money, my own. Bear in mind, in terms of profit, I was making per week with selling sweets in school. I was making like £40 to £50 per week. So I had to stack that up, save for like over a month to then deposit it.
This guy really hurt you then.
Yeah, so it really hurt my pocket. So but luckily, I was 15 back then, so I faked my age when I signed up. So
you said 18.
Yeah, so essentially when I got on customer service support, they must have said, just because you lied about your age and we have to refund you because it's illegal for them. It's legal for me to trade.
For you to be there, yeah.
But it's legal for me to be with them, if you know what I mean. So they used to refund me all my money anyway. But I learned a big lesson from that. Don't trust people with
But if
flashy
he was
cards.
18, he would have scammed you, innit?
Yeah, I would have just lost my peas and yeah.
Damn.
But the broker, they refunded me, so that's because of the regulations. But even though I got scammed from that situation, I still believed it was possible because if a black guy like him can get a Rolls Royce and a Lamborghini.
Oh, he was black?
Yeah, he was black.
Oh, he was black. Oh.
Yeah. Whenever whoever's watching this, whenever you get time, search him up. The FCA, I think they.
What's his name again? Tell him.
Elijah Oyefezo. I think the FCA even wrote in articles about him. Like he's actually was well known. It's not even just me. Like plenty of other people got scammed. Like it's not just me. But anyways,
back to your
yeah. So even though I got scammed from that, I knew it was possible. I knew there are some real people in this world that are making money from trading and they're living their life. So trading is something I pursued, but I never became profitable only until like recently. I wouldn't say like when I was 15, 16, I was losing money, learning. Yeah, it was a long process.
It was a long process, yeah.